All right, so let's talk about RK Bro. Now, this was legit interesting. Now, previous week, Randy Orton lost to Matt Riddle in a match that he picked. He picked the fight, actually, because he found Riddle to be incredibly annoying. And then he decided he's going to kick his ass. So he tried, but Riddle seemed to be pretty tough. And under all of this idiocy belies a lot of talent from our boy Riddle. And Randy Orton sees this and sees that Riddle is a bit of a spaz, but, you know, he has his respect. So today, you know, on the episode of Raw, Riddle is circling, I believe, I don't know who it was he was circling. And he was talking about, you know, how he was on cloud 12 and the rest of this crap. He's just rambling on and on about different stuff. You know, the Riddle character is just completely nonsensical. It is just, I don't know. It's straight up ADHD. It's a pure ADHD. He needs to be on some kind of pill. He needs some kind of doctor. I don't know what is going on with the Riddle character, that he's just, whatever comes into his brain comes out of his mouth. And it's obviously to the point where he's just such an annoying idiot. But it is endearing in one part, and it's also two parts annoying as shit. Where you hoping somebody's going to push his shit in all the time. You're just waiting for somebody to knock him the fuck out, you know. And so that kind of makes him for a weird baby face where he's really annoying and you want to see him get knocked out. But then you feel bad for him when it does happen because he means well. So that's kind of strange. Anyway, Randy Orton appears. And Randy Orton is like, look, you know, I don't know what planet you're from. And Riddle's like, I'm from Earth. And Randy was like, woof. Like, it stopped him in his tracks for a moment. He was like, okay, we're moving on. You know, and he's like, look, me and you, we don't got nothing in common. And Riddle's like, we're both from Earth. And I was like, oh, like I want to just strangle this man right now. Anyway, Randy Orton had the idea that RK Bro, he's willing to give it a shot. So Randy Orton went to Adam Pearce and got a tag team match, him and Riddle versus Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin. And he wanted to see how this was going to go. And I thought instantaneously, the whole reason we're going to do this match is Matt Riddle's going to eat an RKO. I thought that was the whole point of this match, is that we were going to see Matt Riddle eat an RKO. I just thought it was coming. I believed in my heart that it was coming. To my great surprise, it didn't happen. Instead, we got a fairly decent tag team match between Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander versus Riddle and Randy Orton. Cedric Alexander eats the diving RKO, because of course he did. Shelton Benjamin eats the pin after the hanging DDT and the floating bro combination. Randy doesn't celebrate with Riddle. They win, but they don't really celebrate together. They're still doing the birds flying out of Riddle's ass stuff. And, so they did a backstage thing where Riddle was talking about, oh, he got all these great ideas for RK Bro. And, you know, he wants to win the NXT tag team titles and the Raw and tag team titles and the SmackDown tag team titles. He wants to be tag team champions on every division. And Randy Orton's like, you know, look, you know, one day at a time. You know, we got through this Monday. Thumbs up. One day at a time. So I'm actually, you know what? This could be very interesting. This is the one thing on Raw that I found to be genuinely interesting. Because A, Randy Orton is going to turn on Riddle. Or B, these two assholes are really going to become the tag team champions. Now, speaking of the tag team champions, AJ and Amos, neither one of whom have been on Raw since WrestleMania. So I'm guessing maybe they have COVID. You know, maybe somebody got COVID. Maybe somebody's hurt. In any event, they haven't been around. So that hasn't helped matters as far as the tag team division is concerned. But they really, the Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin, man, they really have been dug inside of a hole and thrown in it. I don't know what happened when the Hurt Business broke up. There was just zero plan for those guys. They just were not factored into the game anymore. You know, I don't know what it was. about them that says, hey, these guys got to get taken out of the group. And not only taken out of the group, but then there's no future in them. We just beat them like paste, and that's it. You know, and that's exactly what happened. It's completely unfair. It's completely unnecessary, especially at a time when you're not featuring enough talent for these guys to basically be taken out of a high-profile position for no reason, and then for them to have no secondary space. It's like they might be on the verge of getting released next, if we're being honest. I'm surprised they're not on the chopping block, because this is almost the exact same thing they did with the Iconics, and they did with Tucker. You separate them from what actually made them interesting for apparently no fucking reason, but you keep them together. It's like, why didn't they were the part of the team that was arguing and fussing and fighting? Why are they still together? You know, like it makes no sense. Like, they broke up Retribution, but they kept Mace and T-Bar together. Slapjack is gone. Mia Yim is gone. Mustafa Ali is gone, but T-Bar and Mace are stuck together. What? WWE does dumb shit sometimes just for the sake of, because they really don't have any other programming. So they just kind of think about shit at the time like, oh, let's just break this up, because at least it's something we can talk about for 2 or 3 weeks. And there's no long-term planning. That tells me that when it comes to Matt Riddle and Randy Orton, there is no long-term plan. They really didn't have anything for Randy to do. Randy was supposedly hurt. Then he was supposed to go on vacation. I heard that he was supposed to be hurt. I heard he's supposed to be going on vacation. I heard all that crap. Apparently he's not going anywhere, at least not for right now. Maybe he's sticking around because somebody's injured, somebody's got COVID or something like that. And I can't imagine what the long-term plan is for Riddle and Randy Orton. But so I think about it, and in thinking about it, I think the money is on Randy turning on Riddle and making him more of a serious character. As fun as it could be, RK Bro could be fun, if we're being honest. It could, like, you know, oddball friendships, they don't always work out, but sometimes they work out better than they should. This does give a lot of people Team Hell No vibes. I mean, it does. It gives me Benoit Angle vibes. This has the potential to be comedic gold, or at least very entertaining TV. But I think the point here is maybe they'll get to that point, but of being the tag team champions and all that type of stuff, I don't know. But I do know is if RKO, if he hits an RKO on Riddle, if at the right point if he does it at the right point in time, it could be a huge angle. And I always want that sword of Damocles dangling over this situation, because Randy Orton is the kind of guy you don't trust. You know, like his long feud that he just finished with Bray Wyatt was based off of Bray Wyatt trusting Randy Orton. You know, so it'll be nice if we kind of go back to that. And that's why I think maybe they will become the tag team champions. And then it'll last for a little while, maybe 4 or 5 months. And then he'll eat that RKO, and they'll begin the feud that sort of changes Riddle into a more serious character. But I'm going to enjoy the ride up to this point. Randy is going to be the straight man in this feud. Riddle's going to be the comedic foil. They're going to play off of each other. Obviously, Riddle and his ridiculous ideas are going to come across. This is going to be a good opportunity for Riddle. Randy has so much time and so much tenure that he can do silly shit with Bray Wyatt and do silly shit with Riddle and still not lose much of who he is, because he can always flip it back on a dime. So he can do this stuff for a little while. So letting Randy sort of ingratiate himself to Riddle and become a bit of a babyface, and then him flipping on a dime, giving Riddle an RKO and leaving him behind, and then going super heel on him later about, you know, not really being his friend and Riddle being a dumbass and all that kind of stuff, could really build some serious heat. You know, you could really build some serious heat with that. You know, and I want that. They can play all the fun and games they want with RK Bro and do silly skits and vignettes and stuff like that. I'm cool with that. But I always want that belief, that threat dangling over them, where Randy is just, you know, he's teasing it, where he really just kind of wants to just hit this guy with an RKO and call it a day. But, you know, you don't necessarily need to do it. Just tease it. You know, but I thought it was very suspicious that Randy told Riddle he respected him after one match. You know, they have one match and he respects him. So I was like, okay. So I'm interested in here. This is actually interesting as far as the storyline. And it didn't take, you know, for anybody to throw any fucking tomatoes or sing any fucking songs or dance or anything stupid like that. Riddle is already a goofy character, but he's goofy and yet serious at the same time. Because when the bell rings, Riddle is dead serious. He's aggressive. He's fiery. He's technical. He knows his shit. So that's what we're trying to get to. We're trying to get to the point of Riddle being serious outside of the ring. And I think he can do that if he takes, you know, his personality is taken for a weakness. And that could be fun. You know, and this could also, you know, raise Riddle's stock, you know. So I'm looking forward to this. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And I'll talk to you guys later, man. Peace out.